AI seems like it's everywhere these days, you know?
Yeah.
AI writing poetry? Okay, sure. AI creating a painting? Well, that's getting interesting. But when it comes to AI making hit songs,
Yeah.
that's a whole other level, and it's got everyone talking,
Definitely a hot topic.
especially in the music world.
Yeah. It seems like every day there's something new. Um,
Right.
like even the idea of bringing back, in a way, artists we've lost. Like,
Oh,
like,
Tupac?
like Tupac,
And you know, when someone like Sheryl Crow weighs in on something like this, people listen.
for sure.
9-time Grammy winner,
Yeah.
outspoken advocate for causes she believes in.
Hmm.
She doesn't shy away from making her voice heard.
Nope, not at all. And especially
And
when it
especially,
comes to her art and her new album, Evolution,
hmm
really dives into the impact of AI,
yeah,
and she does not hold back.
not at all. In fact, she called the idea of using AI to, as you said, bring back artists like Tupac, hateful.
Yeah,
And that's a strong word.
it is.
What do you make of her choice of language there?
Well, I think hateful speaks to just a really deep concern. To really grasp it, I think we have to look at a few things. First off, this isn't some, sci-fi future we're talking about.
Hmm.
Like AI is already intertwined with the music industry.
That's so true. I mean, we've all seen those, AI-generated songs or those deep fakes that make it almost impossible to tell if it's real or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just, mimicking voices. Like imagine AI composing entire melodies, producing tracks, even writing lyrics.
Wow.
This is happening right now.
So when Sheryl Crow speaks out against something like this, she's not addressing some like abstract concept. This is
Right.
this is her reality as a musician.
Exactly. It's changing the playing field for everybody in the industry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, let's unpack this Tupac situation a bit more. Like, why is using his likeness in particular such a controversial topic? What makes this different, say, than sampling his music for a new track?
It just feels different, like
Yeah.
Tupac's music, his message, it was so deeply personal. To think that someone could just recreate that, even if they're trying to, I don't know, do it with good intentions,
Love it.
it blurs the lines, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
It raises all these questions about artistic ownership,
Yeah.
especially after an artist is gone. And Tupac's not just any artist, right? I mean, we're talking about a cultural icon.
Right.
His music continues to resonate with millions even decades after his death.
Exactly. So to say that, we can use AI to essentially have him perform again, it makes you wonder, like, who gets to decide how his voice and likeness are used?
Right.
Is it a tribute, or is it, I don't know, capitalizing on his legacy
Yeah,
without his consent?
that's exactly it. And it's not just about Tupac, right?
Right.
It sets a precedent for how we treat the artistic contributions of anyone who's no longer here to speak for themselves.
And it really makes you think about the responsibility, right,
Yeah.
that comes with this technology. And maybe that's why, Sheryl Crow's word choice is so striking. Hateful implies a sense of violation, a disregard for the artist's wishes and the emotional connection that fans have to their work.
It adds another layer to this whole debate, for sure. And it brings up, a really crucial point. How much does the method of creation even matter to the listener?
Right.
If an AI can create a song that is indistinguishable from a human's work, does it evoke those same emotions?
Right.
The same sense of connection?
That's a question I've been wrestling with, honestly. It makes me wonder about the potential impact of AI on musicians and producers who are actively working today.
Yeah.
Could this technology actually replace them?
It's a concern a lot of people have. We've seen AI compose music, even in specific genres, that's surprisingly good,
Wow.
and do it very quickly and very cheaply,
Yeah,
which obviously appeals to certain parts of the music industry.
right, right. But then where does that leave human creativity?
Right.
Does AI become a collaborator, a
Okay.
tool? Or does it fundamentally change what it means to create and experience music?
Those are the million-dollar questions.
Yeah.
And I think Sheryl Crow, by, speaking out so forcefully,
Yeah.
is pushing us to confront these issues head on. Because this isn't just about technology. It's about,
Yeah.
the soul of music,
Yeah.
the heart we pour into it.
It feels like a much bigger conversation about the role of technology in our lives, not just in music, but
Oh,
just
yeah,
in every creative field.
absolutely. And it's a conversation we need to have now while we still have a say in how this technology develops and how it impacts the world around us.
It can feel kind of overwhelming, to be honest. Like this wave of technology is crashing over us and we're
Yeah.
just trying to keep our heads above water. But you're right, we can't be passive about it. So where do we even begin?
Right.
If we're talking about shaping the future of AI and music, where do we direct our focus?
Well, I think for starters, we can't shy away from asking the tough questions.
Yeah.
Like whose values are embedded in these AI systems?
Right.
Are we simply replicating existing biases, or do we have an opportunity to create something, more equitable?
That's a really good point. Because if a computer program is learning by analyzing thousands of songs,
Right.
what happens if those songs reflect a particular genre or cultural background or even a limited perspective?
Exactly. And that leads to another, critical question.
Mm.
Who benefits from the creation and use of this technology? Is it musicians themselves?
Yeah,
Or is it big corporations who see an opportunity for, you know,
for profit.
profit? Exactly.
It's interesting because on the one hand, AI could democratize music creation. Imagine someone who's always dreamed of writing a symphony but doesn't play an instrument. AI could be the tool that unlocks that potential. But then there's, the flip side.
Right. Absolutely. We have to consider the potential for job displacement. Like if an AI can produce a pop song in minutes,
Yeah.
what does that mean for the livelihoods of studio musicians, producers, songwriters?
Right.
These are real concerns that deserve serious attention.
It seems like the key is balance. Finding ways to integrate this technology in a way that enhances human creativity and doesn't erase it.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's about harnessing the power of AI while not, losing sight of what makes music so uniquely human. The emotion, the stories, the shared experience.
It all comes back to Sheryl Crow's point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That word hateful, it was a wake-up call.
Yeah.
A reminder that technology can't be divorced from its impact on real people, on artists and fans alike.
It's a conversation that's only just beginning, and it's going to require a collective effort, right? From musicians, tech developers, policymakers, music lovers like ourselves, to ensure that AI's, evolution in music is one that respects artistic integrity,
Right.
promotes diversity, and ultimately enhances our shared human experience.
And you know what? Even if we don't have all the answers right now, at least having this conversation, exploring these complex issues, that's a step in the right direction.
It is.
So, to everyone listening, the next time you hear a song, whether it's on the radio or created by an AI, take a moment to think about, the hands,
Yeah.
human or otherwise,
Yeah.
that went into making it, and ask yourself, what does the future of music sound like to you?